This is a vlog, and today we're going to talk about being creative even when you think you're not. I hear quite a bit people say they are not creative, but when we were kids we created things all the time. Coloring, drawing, making up games, pretending, and singing songs that we made up. What happened to that creativity? Some believe as adults we have too many choices and that paralyzes the thought process. Think about it. When we were 5 years old we were given 8 colors of crayons to choose from. A couple years later we moved up to 16 colors and 64 and so on. Same with Legos. The sets for the youngest kids were simple, very few pieces, and as we get older they get more complex and more pieces. Well, what if we took away all that choice and limited ourselves? We'd be forced to be creative and think outside the box. For example, let's say we want to make a desktop organizer. Where do you start? Possibilities are endless, right? Here's where we can limit ourselves and bring back that creativity. First thing we need to do is decide what we want the desktop organizer to do. We want it to hold a couple pencils, some pens, maybe a pair of scissors, maybe your phone, whatever works for you. So once you figure out what you need to do, now we need to limit ourselves. Instead of it being made up of 6 sides or 4 sides, let's only have 3. So this creates a problem, and creativity comes from problem solving. With only 3 pieces, what can we do? Maybe we have this like triangular shape that sits on a desk, and you can drill like holes this way to hold the things. Play with it like Legos. Oh, what if it's this Z shape? And then we drilled holes through the top 2 pieces, and that held the pencils, pens, and scissors. When you come up with something you like, make it. Don't worry too much about the craftsmanship. Perfection gets in the way of progress. Perfection gets in the way of progress. So now take this, use it for a few days. Visually, what appeals most to you? So use all that when you get back to your shop. Once you spend some time with it, go make it again with your improvements. Add that extra killer feature you didn't think of before and that you would not have thought of without actually using it for a little bit of time. How does this new version make you feel? Does it have everything you wanted? Now go and make it one more time, but this time use what you've learned from the first 2 versions and refine the process. Take pleasure in knowing that you created this by giving yourself boundaries. These limitations cause us to problem solve, making the 2 halves of our brain work together. This is a satisfying feeling. When you look at the finished piece, you'll remember the story behind it. You remember how it improved with each iteration, but most of all, you'll feel good knowing that you still had that creative spirit you had from your childhood. So just so you know, I will probably make a dedicated video of this using a real life example. So if in a few weeks you see me kind of repeating this content, not in a vlog, but in a dedicated video, it's because I want to hone this a little bit more. So we're going to continue the conversation over on Patreon. If you're not familiar with Patreon, it's a way for you to support me. $1 a month gets you access to the full vlogs every week. Plus, just about every week we do a giveaway. And last week won this wine box. And this week I'm giving away a signed copy of my Bandsaw Box book. So head on over to Patreon, you get the full vlog, behind the scenes of what's going on here, you get early access to the videos, you are eligible to get into the weekly drawings of things I've made or jigs that I'm giving away. Patreon supporters, hang around for a little bit longer, and to the rest of you, be passionate and make something.